All right,
Yeah.
so we welcome to the show Jeff and Simon from Defocus, man. How you guys doing today?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm pretty good.
I'm super stoked to talk about this one, man. The brand new album from the band, "There Is a Place for Me on Earth," is out on March 1st. The first thing I notice is that there's no question mark, there's no exclamation point. It just there is a place for me on Earth. What are you guys trying to say with that?
Well, I guess you already got the message. Like that's basically what we hope to bring into this world. Like no matter what you're struggling with, like there is actually a place for everybody on this earth, and this is the most important point for us to bring into with this album.
That's cool, man. It and the album cover too. I mean, it kind of lets before you even hear anything, it gives you some thought-provoking stuff just from the album. It's I dig it a lot. This is the second album for Defocus. Compared to the band's debut album, did you find the whole recording and writing process a little easier having been through it already once?
Yeah, definitely. It's like doing the first record taught us so much in, how to actually write songs. So I feel like we know so much more after doing like this whole album process, like not just writing, but like releasing everything. Um it's like so much experience that we've got from that, and with our second album we've like really wanted to try to push it further. Like the first album was quite heavy, but in our head we were like, even we wanted to sound it, like, make it sound even more heavier.
Wow.
And I think with our second album we've achieved that because we know what we are looking for in the sound.
Well, let me tell you something. Anybody who listens to the song Biased will see that the band's heavy, man. I mean, what a kick ass dude. That was one when I was going through the album, I had it on like three or four times in a row just to keep pounding it
Oh
in,
yeah.
man. I love that tune.
Thanks,
Appreciate that,
man.
man.
The you got really big drums, that driving bass, and of course the vocals are just crazy. How did that one come together for you?
It was actually Simon's demo, right? Like
Yeah.
usually we write songs, it's like most of the time it's like just a riff or just a small idea that comes from me or like the other guys, like mostly our drummer, and then we finish the song all together. But this was just like a demo that you, Simon, just worked on your own, and you showed it to us, and we're like, hell yeah, you can do something with that.
That's so awesome, man. It's great talking to bands because songs develop in so many different ways. It could be something lyrically that starts it off, or someone will have it like you said, a riff or two, or else we just bring ideas into the studio and okay, let's just hash it out. Does the album come across with pulling all that together, or do you guys have like a certain way to start the writing process?
I actually think, like, for example, that song was one that I've been working on the main riff, and it was like something exciting for me because there's never been a song before that actually was written by, or at least the main riff that has been written by me. So, like, in this album, we kind of have this kind of a structure that, like, Jeff most of the time or Jonas come up with a riff, and then we try to develop that further. But like for example, like with Bias, there are some songs that even like I do some stuff like that, and we come up with a different thing. So there is not that one way that we go with. Like there, basically, it's always like the way it works for us.
Right. It just happens in many different ways. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
The opening track off the album is "Let the Bond Be My Grave." Being in this day and age, everyone's out for the single or the single download. I like to pop on an album, listen to it from start to finish. When you guys are getting ready to track the album, do you give consideration to what song should be that first pop, what song should be the first song that the guys hear from us, or any thought behind that?
Oh yeah, we actually think about that a lot. Like, I mean, for us, the whole album writing process was about writing different songs, and we kind of tried to structure it afterwards. That's at least the way I perceived it. But like for sure, the first song needs to be needs to be a banger, needs to get the like the people straight into what we wanna show, like to present the album very well at the beginning, and I guess that's why we went with "Let the Bomb Be My Grave" as the first track.
I like it. It's got a little bit of industrial metal kind of overtones in there, man. It's a cool tune.
Thanks, man. It's like with today with all the streaming services and everything, and I don't know, like people's attention span getting shorter. It's like very important to us that that we catch the people right within the first second. So we chose this song because it has a little bit of an ambience like going on at the first few seconds, but then it just hits you in the face and it smashes you. And we really wanted to like make that memorable and make people like, wow, okay, wow, maybe I didn't expect that, or wow, that's heavy or like low, and we wanted to like yeah, make the people feel something when they hear this for the first time.
They're gonna feel
Maybe
something.
at that
That's for
maybe at
sure.
that point it might have been interesting. Like we thought about Crooked Mind as the first track, for a long time, but then we really decided to take "Let the Bomb Be My Grave" because like it really has got this super fast introduction vibe.
Yeah, Crooked Mind's a good one, and I like the video that was just released. There's some pretty cool instruments you guys use. Are they going to be on tour with you, or that whole white? I mean, they look so real. Jeez.
I mean, they are real, but I don't think they work anymore, to be honest.
And I would love to see you guys play live as you do in the video, because that would be a riot. Swinging it around and everything, and there's some acting involved. It looks like that
Yeah.
that had been fun, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
but you can see that for sure.
Yeah. You have to see our bass player live because he does all the spins on his bass. Like
Does he really? Oh my God.
90% of the time, he does it all the time.
How the hell does he
He's
do it,
fucking
man?
crazy.
He must have two or three locks on the on the guitar
Yeah.
strap.
Man, I don't even know how this guy's doing that. Like I wouldn't even have that much of energy for the stage performance and still being where I have to be,
Sure,
Like
sure.
this guy's crazy.
All you do is make sure that you're way far away from the bases so you don't get clocked in the head,
Oh yeah, yeah.
The funny
Yeah.
thing is he started out pretty early in our band's history with like going crazy in our live shows, and I think at his like second show he like tried to spin his bass, and he just bought a new bass, and someone from the audience kicked off his like mechanic on the bass on like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first show that he used it, and was like, oh man, I just spent like €1,000 on this bass and someone just kicked it off on the first show. So yeah, I would say he's pretty experienced with using that. Yeah.
Did he not see the famous clip from Nirvana when Kurt throws the bass up in the air and whacks himself in the head? I mean, come on. You gotta learn from that shit.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
crazy,
but
man.
to be fair, he also was in the pit, I guess.
Okay.
He wasn't even on stage, like he was going
Yeah.
totally crazy with that.
You know what? It's all about metal, man. That's all good and
It
fun,
is.
That's it. That's it.
Uh, the song "Consumed by You." It sounds like there's a strong message behind that one.
Oh yeah, there is. So like the message for "Consumed by You" is something pretty intimate for me, but it feels like a lot of people are struggling with that issue, to be like dealing with issues that you kind of feel way too connected to something or somebody that doesn't feel healthy anymore. And like this should be a hymn for those people to know, like there's a way to get away from that if you start that in your brain. And I guess this is like why this song is also so important for me, because it always shows me like you can do that. You can like stay away from whatever hurts you or whatever makes you feel bad. You really can do that. And this is also what I wanted to show, like, for the people that listen to that song.
That's amazing because that is true. I mean, there's so many negative things and just bad things in life that we have to deal with. And, there's usually some way out, either by talking to somebody or whatever it may be, That's a
Yeah.
it's a good message, man. When I listen to any kind of album that gets sent my way, I always listen to the first track and I listen to the last track, and then I'll pick and choose songs here and there. The last track, ironically, is the title track, and it's unique from everything else on the album, I think, because it goes from this like ethereal kind of trance vibe to this all-out power metal basher. Really, really cool song.
Thanks.
Thank you, man.
I mean, that's what we've tried to do. Like, I think on our first record, we went pretty straightforward with what we wanted and what we did. But with our second, we definitely tried to, like, gather influences from other music that we listen to in our free time. Like I listen to a lot of hip hop. Simon listens to a lot of like Nirvana, grunge, like shoegaze stuff, and our drummer does listen to like electronic music. And we've
Oh,
tried to
but yeah,
blend
but
all
wait a minute. You guys are German. You're supposed to only listen to Rammstein.
That's
I mean,
true,
is there
that's
any
true.
other band around? I mean, come on. That's so
I mean,
funny.
that's true. That's true. I think you can. I don't know if it's an influence, but on the first track on "Let the Bond Be My Grave," like you said, like we have like this what is it called in English? Like this hammer sound at the
That's where
breakdown.
I picked it out. That's where I picked it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But like I said, okay, I love them. I love Rammstein. So whenever I listen to a German band, I'm thinking, okay, how much Rammstein is in there? But there's only a little. Every song has its own little thing and little nuance to it, and it's your guys' vibe. It's what you guys come across, man. It's really cool. And that last track, I think, is a great way to wrap up the album because it's a little bit different, has some notes of other things that I heard throughout the album, and then it just ends. It's a solid album.
Thanks, man.
Good to hear, man. Thank you.
Jeff, what's your favorite song off the track, off the album?
Uh, it's hard because it changes all the time.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just personal feelings, and
Okay.
it. My favorite song was for a long time "Watch Me Bleed" because it has like the technical stuff going on that I usually really like. But after like rehearsing some of the songs that we're planning to play live, I actually really like "Consumed by You"
Right on.
because yeah, I don't know, it's just so much fun to play on the guitar, and it's not that fast, but it's really bouncy, right? And you can jump good to it. You have a good time when you hear that song. I mean, it's a serious topic, right? But
Mhm.
it's also really fun to play, and that song really grew on me.
So now, Simon, when you're on stage, now you have to watch out for him bouncing around and the bass player. So just
Oh,
find your
man.
own spot,
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult for sure.
What's one of your favorites off the album, Simon?
uh, I guess like like Jeff said, there are a lot of different ways to approach this question, but I guess to make a overall thing, I guess it would be "Don't Let It Hurt Me,"
Okay, so I picked Bias, so
because
nobody's
oh, you
in
did.
with me. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it could be biased for sure, but it's like this is one of the songs that have already been out a few months before the rest, and so it could be like we got too used to that song already.
Yeah, sure,
That's just my opinion. So it's like for me, it's like I want to pick one of the new songs. But to be fair, like "Biased" is super amazing to play live. I really like to play that song because like there's always so much energy going on, and so this is one of the reasons why "Biased" is definitely one of the coolest tracks of that album. But like in total, I would go with "Don't Let It Hurt Me" just because it's like this one and the closing track are the ones that mean the most to me. Like
That's
if
a
you
good
can
point.
rate that in that kind of way, just by the message and yeah. So that's why I would choose that one.
I'm talking to you today from just outside of Philadelphia in over here in the States. So when can I see you guys play over here? July,
Man, you
August? Just let me know. I want to get my calendar set.
I mean, you have to make it possible, man. Just hit us up, like get us
Get
some
us a couple
flight
gigs over
tickets, and
here. Yeah.
we'll come over there to play for sure.
What do you guys have planned for the rest of the year? You know, the album comes out March 1st. You have any shows, any tours set up already?
Yeah, we're actually talking a lot about that at the moment. We're planning a few like release shows in March, and sometime in the summer or I think fall. We're planning like a tour at the moment. Last year we've been around in Germany and Austria, Switzerland, Czech Republic,
Nice.
and we kind of want to do it again this year, of course, with the new songs and with a few other bands, and like maybe play some more, maybe go to like other countries as well. And yeah, that's all being planned at the moment.
Okay, excellent, man. Well, listen, the band is Defocus. The album is There Is a Place for Me on Earth, out on March 1st. Jeff and Simon, it's been a pleasure, man. You guys are a lot of fun, and I hope one day you'll be over here and I could check you guys out live.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I wish to. Thanks for having
Yep,
us.
you guys take care of yourselves. Be good.
yeah, thanks, man.
All right,
You
bye-bye.
too, man. Bye.
Yep.